Wow, I didn't think that I would be returning to this case so soon. I assumed I would be touching this case every month or so, or whenever I wasn't busy with other stories and projects that I've been working on. But alas, here I am a week later, already back to this case. At any rate, hello, my name is Adrian Miller, and welcome back to my reinvestigation into the cold case murder of John Doughtry. Last time we covered the very brief missing persons case for John, which included the 911 call, a former statement given by his boyfriend, Nathan Ashford, as well as statements given by his two friends, Andy and Chloe, who were with John and Nathan that night. This week, we're going to be taking a look at the two people who discovered the body, Lacey Holder and Derrick Sheppard. Now, before we begin, I want to bring up something that I noticed. Remember that clip I played at the end of last week? The one with the exchange between Anthony and Michelle, where Anthony half-jokingly asks, "What if the body we find is that John guy that went missing on Saturday?" Well, as you can imagine, since this does cover the unsolved murder of John Doughtry, and not the unsolved disappearance of John Doughtry, the body they found was in fact his. And it looks like this shocked even the detectives. While looking at the notes both detectives took at the scene where the body was found, there's this line on Thorn's notes that reads, "Holy shit, I was right." What makes this even more amusing is this. On Detective North's notes, there was a line that reads, "God damn it, Thorn was right," seeming to reference Thorn's prior comments. I'm sorry, I just found that amusing. But anyway, on to Lacey and Derrick. The body was discovered by Lacey Holder, an employee at the Drunken Bell, and Derrick Sheppard, the manager of the Drunken Bell at the time. While both of them gave official statements to the first responders, afterwards they were taken in individually to have a formal interview with the detectives. And it looks like Lacey Holder was brought in first. Now, unlike Derrick, whom I remember from my time at the Drunken Bell, which I'll get to later, I don't exactly remember Lacey. I mean, the name does sound familiar, but vaguely. This is more than likely due to the fact that I started working at the Drunken Bell approximately a year after this murder took place. I'm positive Lacey had long since left before I was hired. In an effort to try and get some background on Miss Holder, I reached out to some former co-workers of mine to see if any of them remembered who she was. Sadly, I didn't get much back. Either people didn't remember her at all, or they responded with, "Oh, you mean the chick who is banging our old manager? Yeah, I remember that about her." Classy, I know. Sadly, we don't have too much background on her for now, which is a shame, because I wish I did. From what I heard, and what you're about to hear, she's extremely shaken up by this whole thing, but for multiple reasons. Here's her taped interview with detectives Thorn and North.
In this room, please. Would you like any water or coffee?
No thanks.
Alright. I will be out here if you want anything. The detectives will be here in a moment.
Good afternoon. I am Detective Michelle North, and this is my partner.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, officers.
It's detectives.
All right. For the record, give us your name and today's date, please.
My name is Lacey Holder, and today's date is January 9th, 2012.
Thank you very much, Lacey. Now tell us exactly why you are here with us.
Because I found a body in my workplace this morning.
Very good, Lacey. Now can you take us through exactly how you found the body?
Yes. So, I work at the Drunken Bell, that bar down by the street by the interstate. I usually do opening shifts, so I get in this morning, and my manager Derrick is there. He's standing out in the back, unlocking the place so the two of us can get in. I meet up with him as he finishes unlocking everything, and the two of us go inside. I'm already feeling weird, like something doesn't feel right. I can't really tell what it is that's making me feel this way, so I just shake it off as we walk in. We turn on all the lights in the bar. From there, Derrick walks over to the register to load the till while I go clear out the trash bags near the back door. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I go back out the door, to the far side of the lot where the dumpster is and open it up. At first, I'm not paying attention. So I looked into the dumpster. I didn't know.
Everything's alright, Lacey. Take your time.
It's just, I don't know. It's really, I'm still processing everything and so, anyway, as I look into the dumpster, I saw a man inside of it. At first I called out to him, and seeing if it was some drunk or a homeless guy trying to find shelter for the winter. Like, I didn't want to think he was... It wasn't weird to find a homeless guy sleeping in there. I kind of just froze. It took a moment to process that his skin was wrong. It was extra saggy and pale and just wrong. Never seen someone look like that.
Okay, so when you found him, he was already...
Yes. That man inside our dumpster was already dead.
And what did you do when you realized he was dead?
I screamed.
And did you recognize the body at all?
No, I didn't.
Alright, what happened from there?
I screamed, completely freaked out by what I was looking at. Derrick ran out. He was pissed. I think I heard him mutter something was up with the till or something like that. But when he came out and looked at the dumpster, he froze too. He was quiet for a moment before saying, "We need to tell the police." I couldn't pull up my phone to call. I was so scared. Derrick ran inside and called you guys. I just couldn't move.
Okay. And that's all that happened, correct?
Yeah.
Alright. Thank you very much. Anthony?
Now, a quick note before Detective Thorn starts interviewing Lacey. She obviously sounds quite terrified and shaken up when she speaks about the body specifically, but I find it strange that she keeps asserting that she works in the morning. When I worked at the Drunken Bell, the earliest we opened was maybe noon, and that was typically on the weekends when most people were off. Although it is possible that Lacey is a bit too frazzled to have her story right.
All right, Lacey, I'm gonna back things up a little bit if that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, officer.
It's detective, but anyway. When you first showed up to work this morning, you said you entered through the back door, correct?
Yes.
And you also mentioned that when you showed up to work this morning that there were trash bags near the back of the door, which you claimed were from the prior night, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Now, do you always depart and arrive via that back entrance?
Mm-hmm. We usually park in the back. That way we can lock up in the front before leaving for the evening.
Okay. Now, why were the bags still there from the prior night?
Well, the closing shift is supposed to take care of it, but sometimes, especially on Fridays and Saturdays, the closing shift is so busy trying to clear everyone out and stuff that they'll just leave the trash bags for the opening shift the next morning. Because we're closed on Sundays now, we're trying to make sure everyone throws away the trash bags from the bar on the same day, so it's not just sitting there until Monday morning. But that's a new rule, so people are still getting used to it, I guess.
Did you work Saturday?
Yes, I did.
And did you close Saturday?
No, I didn't. I work opening shifts.
And the opening shifts are in the morning?
Yes. I can work any time, but I'm scheduled for the morning.
Is there really enough business in the morning for a bar to be open?
Oh, well, we do, like, inventory stuff and restocking.
Alright, well, I'm gonna be frank here for a moment. I really don't see you carrying around a full keg. And according to the worksheet that I looked at, it said that you started at about noon. So it looks like that either you and, what's his name? Is it Dave?
It's Derrick.
That's right, Derrick. Alright, so either you and Derrick are stealing from the Drunken Bell, or you guys are having a romantic get-together, before work.
We're not stealing!
Well, she didn't completely answer the question here. Anyway.
Alright, so how did you really come to find the body, Lacey?
I was taking out the trash. They were smelly. So while I took them out, Derrick was still working on the till. And I really did have a bad feeling when I got there. I just thought it was like my nerves or something about getting caught. We wouldn't steal. Derrick does the till because we could get fired and because the trash smell makes him really sick.
So does the back lot, like, that's an employee area only then?
Well, yes. And no.
Yes and no?
Well, alright. So the back lot is for employee parking. So we're able to park close by. Spots are snatched up real quick, especially on busy evenings. The back door is usually left open for people to go smoke. Sometimes, when it's really crowded, we set up a couple tables back there, but that's usually for big parties.
Alright, and in the back is where the dumpster is, yes?
Yes.
Alright, so anybody could go back there and place a dead body in the dumpster?
Well, if it's while we're open, then sure. Oh, well, they would have to go through the entire bar. And once we hit last call for the night, we wrangle everyone inside and close the door. That way we're not having to deal with stragglers. The gate to get in and out is usually locked and only open for employees.
Now, let's fast forward to this morning. Did you recognize the man when you saw him?
No, I already said that. Honestly, I don't remember him at all. I work in the afternoon, so I'm not really familiar with the crowd that comes in during the evenings.
What about Derrick? Did he recognize him?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
Are you sure? Alright, I think that's about it.
Thank you, Miss Holder. The secretary will give you our card in case you can think of anything else that seemed odd. We'll be in touch.
Just keep calm, Lacey. Everything will be okay.
So one of the things that stood out to me was the line of questioning that Detective Thorn went down in regards to the possible stealing money or having an affair bit. Maybe he was thinking Lacey knew more about the murder than she was letting on, or maybe something completely different? I don't know. I don't see anything in his written notes that further explain this line of questioning. Despite that curveball, Lacey seemed to be very cooperative. She didn't talk back to the detectives, she gave them consistent answers, and was able to keep her composure given the circumstances she was in. Same cannot be said for Derrick Sheppard. Now, as I stated earlier, I know Derrick. He was my manager back when I worked there. He was... what would be the professional journalistic way to explain Derrick? Oh, a complete asshole. Yeah, none of us at the Drunken Bell really liked Derrick much. I had a couple coworkers who worked with him before the murder took place, and according to them, he wasn't as harsh. I mean, yeah, they said he was a hard ass, but he did have a soul back then. Apparently, this murder investigation changed him. It's why he became the complete asshole I knew him to be. After all, we are talking about the man who fired one of my coworkers over a family emergency. Let me take a moment to explain a bit. One night, my coworker received a phone call explaining that his mother was rushed to the hospital. Well, he asked Derrick if he could leave early to take care of his family emergency, which Derrick approved himself. The following day, he calls Derrick to let him know that everything was alright, and now that he would be returning to work the following day. Here's the funny part. Derrick later informed my coworker that he had been let go because he couldn't work the allotted hours that he was originally hired for. And this was all because his poor mother was rushed to the hospital. So now you know the kind of man we're dealing with. Now, unlike the last interview, I'm just going to play this in full. You're in for quite the treat. Derrick doesn't seem to cooperate much at first. Okay, I don't want to spoil this. Just listen for yourself.
Just have a seat right there, sir. The detectives will be here momentarily. Is there anything I can get you, sir?
Yeah. I would love for you to get me the hell out of here. Is that possible?
Sadly, I can't help you with that. It's only a couple routine questions. You'll be fine. As long as you have nothing to hide, the interview should be quite brief. At any rate, the detectives will be here shortly.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sheppard. I am Detective Michelle North.
And this is my partner, Detective Anthony Thorn.
Good afternoon, sir.
Alright, could you explain to me why you're in here today?
Really? Because a coworker of mine found a dead body in the dumpster at the bar I work at.
Good. Now can you tell us how the situation unfolded?
Well, there's not much I can offer you two. I already told the cops at the scene what happened.
Perfect. So that means you won't have any problems recalling what happened for us then, correct?
Well, sir, as I just said, there isn't much for me to say. I opened the store, counted the till, heard Lacey screaming, walked out, and boom! There was a dead body. Plain and simple.
Well, let's start at the beginning of the day then. When did you arrive at the bar?
It was most likely around 10 in the morning, possibly 10:30.
Better. Okay then. Now what did you do first when you got there?
I unlocked the door.
Okay, and after that?
I walked inside.
And after that, Mr. Sheppard?
I closed the door.
You know, I must say, I love how defensive you're being. It really makes you seem like you're hiding something, sir. Now, I hate it when people waste my time. Derrick, don't get smart with us. Just answer our questions to the best of your abilities so we can take down the statement and let you on your way.
What else is there for me to say?
Well, you can start with what you were doing when Lacey supposedly found the dead body.
I was counting money from last night. That's it.
That's it? And where were you counting this money?
At the front of the store. You know, where the goddamn till is.
Okay, you were counting money at the till in front of the store. Can you recall what happened from that point on?
As I said, I was counting money. I heard Lacey screaming outside. I walked out to see what was going on, and there it was. A fucking dead body.
Michelle, do you want me to...
No. I'm almost done. Alright then. Now let's backtrack to Saturday. Did you work on that day?
Of course I did.
When did you work on Saturday?
I closed that evening.
Were you the only one who was there that night?
No. I worked with... which is Jack's real name.
And did you two notice anything suspicious that evening?
Nope. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just a normal Saturday night.
And what does a normal Saturday night consist of?
You work the bar. Make sure food is being prepared. Get everyone the hell out at 2 a.m. Clean up, count money, go home.
Alright. Did anyone else close with you two that night?
Nope. Just us two.
Alright. Anthony, I'm sure you've got some questions for Mr. Sheppard.
Oh, I've got at least a couple questions, Michelle. Alright, Mr. Sheppard, let's begin with Saturday. You said you closed, correct?
Oh, Jesus. Yes, sir, I did.
And around what time did you clock in that day?
Hard to say. I'm usually in and out of the building all day.
Well, Mr. Sheppard, can you remember a specific time that you had clocked in on Saturday?
5 p.m.?
Okay, and when did you clock out?
I don't know, 2:30 a.m.?
Are you certain about that?
No, I'm not certain. As I said, I'm in and out of the bar throughout the day, especially on Saturdays.
For what reasons?
What do you mean, for what reasons?
Well, if you're supposed to be working in a bar from 5 p.m. to 2:30 a.m., why would you need to be at the store before that time?
Well, I am a manager. So, I do have to make sure everything is going smoothly at the bar before I get there.
Everything going smoothly? Can you please explain what you mean by everything?
Well, I have to make sure that, everything is stocked. Yeah, especially with the event that was held that night.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Now, you did say that you closed with Jack, correct?
Yep.
Now, did he notice anything suspicious that night?
No. How the hell would I know?
Did he happen to make any sort of comments about something?
Jack didn't say shit. It was a normal Saturday night.
What was that?
What was what?
Jeez, you! Right now, you abruptly stopped talking, and your eyes trailed off, and you raised both of your eyebrows.
I don't understand.
Damn it! Don't bullshit me! You were remembering something. What was that?
Oh, well, it was something related to some guy that gave Jack this weird vibe. Says something was off about him. Or something like... something that... I don't know.
Do you remember exactly what he was talking about?
No clue. He brought it up in the middle of a rush at a bar on a Saturday night. You expect me to remember? Hell no! I'm too busy taking care of business. I ignored him. If you want to know more about it, you should just ask him about it.
Alright then. I'll just take a note of that. Alright. Okay, so on to Monday morning. You get in at what time again?
As I told you and your partner, I don't remember exactly when I came into work.
Mr. Sheppard, you hard-headed, pretentious, good-for-nothing, stupid fucking cunt of a human fucking being. You know what? No. Enough with your fucking bullshit. Right now you are hindering an investigation of a murder of a person that was at a fucking bar that you were fucking working at. You know what? We already know about the money. We already know about the fact that you're fucking what's her fucking name over there. We already know about all that shit, okay? You don't have to bullshit us right now. You know what? I don't care about your happy endings. I don't care about you stealing money at this point. What we care about is a fucking murder investigation. So you have 3, count them, 3 goddamn minutes to tell us your fucking story. And if you don't comply with this, we will throw your ass in a fucking holding cell. And you know what? Who cares about this point?
Dial it back.
And Mr. Sheppard, if you dare try to lie to us at all, I will end this interview on my own terms. Mr. Sheppard.
Yes, okay. I got there at like, I don't know, 10?
Are we talking today? Are we talking Saturday? In the morning? In the evening? Please be specific.
Today. Sorry. Today. I arrived at the bar at 10 a.m. I unchained the gate to the parking lot so I could park. I left it open for Lacey. She pulled up in a blue Ford Focus. It's like a 2002, I think.
Okay, not that specific.
Yeah, sorry. So we went inside and I turned on the heating so that we could get a little more comfortable. But we couldn't get a romantic right away because the trash Jack left from Saturday. He loves leaving it there just to stew and gross in the... Anyway, Lacey went to take it out and she usually takes forever or so, doing things to prep for work. So, she and I could have more time together. There's a certain amount of money that we start off with in the register to make tracking money easier, but there wasn't enough in the safe for just that. I started to panic because Saturday was super fucking busy, so there's no way in hell that we shouldn't have enough money. I counted the till on Saturday. I didn't steal it. I might be a manager, but why would I even steal the money? I don't know what happened to do. I don't know what happened with it. It was over $3,000 worth of cash. I don't even.
Out of time, Derrick.
So I was losing my shit, and I heard Lacey screaming. I ran out thinking there would be maggots or rats or something disgusting. I didn't want to deal with that crap. So while I ran out, I was trying to tell her I needed to deal with the till, but she was staring at the dumpster, and I had to take a look, and that's when I saw the body. I wanted her to call the police, but she didn't move, so I ran inside to grab my cell phone and call. Oh, fuck. I really can't say for sure if I did or didn't see that guy Saturday. The way he was dressed was definitely for the party. There were an uncomfortable amount of gays Saturday night, all wearing similar brand name shit. I didn't remember any of the faces. I didn't even look to see who Jack said was off. I was running from the fridges to the register, pulling out bottles of wine, reloading kegs. I didn't even deal with the... Oh my god.
What is it?
I think I left a bundle bag with Saturday's money in the fridge.
God damn it!
Wait. There was someone missing. This fat guy was looking for his birthday boyfriend. He asked me to look for a guy in a hideous scarf, and he gave me a $100 tip. I took the money and I didn't even look for the guy. I mean, how the hell am I supposed to find someone by that fucking scarf? You think the guy in the dumpster is the same guy?
I think you've given us more than enough to work with.
The guy in the dumpster didn't have a scarf. I don't think. It's not the same guy, right?
Listen, Secretary Janine will give you our card if you think of anything else.
Oh man, this interview is gold. It is so satisfying to hear this asshole get put in his place by Detective Thorn. Fantastic. That being said, the line of questioning in Lacey's interview regarding the possible stealing or affair now makes sense. I have a feeling that something was mentioned to the detectives, or the detectives were tipped off based on Derrick and Lacey's demeanor while being interviewed at the Drunken Bell. I don't know. The detective's notes from the initial interview doesn't say much, let alone anything regarding theft or an affair. There had to be something that they picked up on. Otherwise, why bring it up at all? There is another thing bothering me, and that's Jack. Jack was another name I vaguely remember hearing, but I never got to meet the guy. What bothers me about this is that he was never interviewed. Derrick made it clear throughout his interview that he and Jack closed on the night of the murder, and during a rush earlier that night, Jack had told him that somebody was giving him a weird vibe. Hell, he even told the detectives to go ask Jack if they wanted the answers. Well, they didn't, though it was not for lack of trying. In the police notes that I have, there's a note that reads, "Tried to find Jack, said he was out of town, will try again at a later date." I also have this other note from Michelle which reads, "Looked for Jack, roommate answered, said he was gone taking care of something, doesn't know when he'll return." And after that, we got nothing. I really want to know what the hell happened to Jack. Did he just book it out of town? Did the police pursue him? Did he have something to do with this at all? Or was there a personal matter that arose and the detectives just grew impatient? Or maybe there's more notes in the other files that I don't know yet. Which reminds me, I did get a call from Janine Harper, the secretary you've been hearing in all these interview tapes. She told me she has another box of files to give me, but warned me that these files are a mess. I wonder what she meant by that. But I guess I'll find out soon enough. Maybe there's more info on this Jack guy in there. At any rate, looks like I've got some work to do. Thank you so much for listening. Until next week, I'm Adrian Miller, signing off. Take care.
And that is another episode of Lost and Cold in the bag. It is Greg here from TSG with your credits. Episode 2, I Found a Body, was written by myself, Mr. Greg Petrone, with help from Ashley J. and Kita Creations. The vocal talent is as follows. That's Brianna Northway over there, aka May from TSG, is the voice of Detective Michelle North. That is Ashley J., who's the voice of Janine Harper, and myself as the voice of Detective Anthony Thorn. That's Andre Adame from the Lair Project as the voice of our resident journalist Adrian Miller. Lacey Holder was voiced by Magic Rain, and Derrick Sheppard was voiced by Mr. Matthew Schaefer. Audio this week was recorded by myself with help from Hologhost. Thank you once again, Hologhost, for all of the incredible work. The audio sounds incredible, and I thank you so much for it. That's Kari and Lisa with logo design help. Thank you guys so much for making that logo look as incredible as it is. With those amazing visuals that is his Westernist art. You can check him out at facebook.com/hiswesternistart. So I kind of felt like an asshole last time for forgetting about the music, so I'm going to credit the music this time. Don't even worry about it. So our theme song is In Moments from Granger. You can check them out at grangertheband.bandcamp.com. And our outro music is Shatter from my cousin Sam Quick off of his record Make It Work. You can check out all of his music as well as his brand new album The Way Forward at samquick.bandcamp.com. And finally, Lost and Cold is a TSG production. It was created by myself and the most lovely and talented bunch of people I've had the pleasure of working with. And we hope you guys enjoyed episode 2, and we hope that you guys come back next week for episode 3, which is titled People of Interest. Until then, we'll see you guys later.